our Scala basic journey. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to discuss is how to set up Scala and which code editor to use. Okay, so I personally like IntelliJ. What is this? So we will open Google and we will just type IntelliJ idea. Okay, it will give you one link. Go there, click on download. There is two versions. One is ultimate and another is community version. So you have to download community version. Okay, you have to just download it. So I am downloading on Mac. You can download on Windows or any Ubuntu based systems or Linux based systems. That's not a problem. I already has these files. So once you download and install these applications, then you will able to use these applications. So and it does not come pre-built with the Scala. So what you have to do, you have to download one plugin. So install IntelliJ. Okay, what we have to do, the first step is install IntelliJ. Okay, idea and install Scala plugin. How you can find the Scala plugin? You can just go. You can go to once you install the IntelliJ idea, you can go to preferences and just search plugin here. Okay, it will show all those plugins that is available. You search for Scala and there will be one install option. Then you can just click on install option and then you have to restart your IntelliJ idea. Okay, so that's the step. Perfect. So you have to install IntelliJ idea and install a Scala plugin. Cool. Once that is done, then it will ask you, let me just start one making new project itself. Okay, and we'll show it to you. So once you start this IntelliJ idea, it will ask you to create new project. Okay, so let me start one new project. I'm calling Scala Bootcamp new. I already have. Then this will be the as you can see that this pop-up will open. Here you have to select Scala and you have to select Scala version 2.126. Okay, because I personally use 2.12 only because it is very much blended to the newer version of Apache Spark. So I don't go for 2.13. I mostly choose 2.12. Perfect. And then you have to click on create. So you have to see this Scala, this SBT, then this, and just click on create. Cool. New window. Okay, it will take some time and it will install Scala for you. Okay, then after that what you have to do, you have to just it will create one main.scala file and you have to check that everything is working fine or not. You can just click on here, click here. Okay, so everything is working fine. Perfect. Or either you can install my GitHub repo. So I will provide the link of that repo. You can just copy my repo and just clone into your system and just start writing your code. Okay, so that's the way we are going to practice the things. Okay, perfect. Just 1 minute. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to learn the basics of Scala. The first thing that we are going to learn, let me just create one Scala worksheet. Lecture 1. Okay, the first thing that we are going to learn is var versus val. Okay, so what is var and what is val? So if we define any variable using val keyword, let's suppose I have defined one variable number is equal to 334. then this particular variable is immutable. What does immutable means? Let's suppose if I try to change this value, number is equal to number plus 3, it will show me the error. Perfect. I cannot change the value of this particular variable. We will discuss why we need immutable variable in Scala. But for now, you just understand that what is immutable variables. So immutable variables are those variables whose value we cannot change. Okay. So that this will not work. So if you want to change, then we have to create a new variable. Okay. Let me just run it. Let me just write the printf statement, number comma number new. But if you define some variable using var keyword, then you can change the value of this particular keyword. It's not showing any error, right? Println. Perfect. Perfect. So you got what's the var versus val. Now we will learn what is string interpolation. Just 1 minute. Interpolation. So Scala has 3 interpolations. One is S, another is F, and the next one is raw. Okay, perfect. So what this will do? So let's suppose I wanted to print something, println, and I want to print value of number is number. Will this print value of number is 334? No, it will just print value of number is number. I want to have the value of this particular number, right? So I can just pass S and use the $sign here. Perfect. Now it is showing me 334. So we can use string S in string interpolations to pass dynamic value inside the string. It's very much useful. Perfect. Okay, let's learn next interpolations, that is F. So we use F interpolations when we want to format something. Okay, number is, let's suppose we have defined some decimal number. Decimal number is equal to 334.4457. Okay, so we want to print, we want to just format it. Okay, so what we will do, we will use F interpolations and we will do decimal number percentage dot to F. I also don't remember the syntax, but let's check. Yeah, it is working fine. So it is rounded to two decimal place. If I will do 3, then it will be rounded to 3 decimal place. So that's the use of F interpolations. You can check the Scala documentations and you will find, but mostly we use S interpolations, right? So that's the thing. And now let's try to learn what is raw interpolations. So let's suppose I'm having one variable, welcome statement is equal to hello world. Perfect. So, and I have passed /n. If I will print this welcome statement, what it will do, it will, why we use /n? We use /n's to move into next line, right? So it will just move the string into next line, but we don't want it. Let's suppose there are some certain use case where we don't want to, we want to escape this particular /n's meaning, right? So what we can do, we can just pass raw and then print it. Then it will print as it is. It will not take the special meaning of underscore /n. So this is also very much useful. When you start working, then you will realize the use case of this all things. Perfect. Okay. So we have learned two things till now. Actually, we have also learned how to install Scala. That's very straightforward. Install IntelliJ IDEA and install the plugins, and then you are good to go. Then we have learned what is var and val, and then we have learned what is string interpolations. Now let's try to learn the type inference. What does type inference means? See, Scala is very much intelligent enough to get the type of your variables. Let's suppose, well, you have defined ABC is equal to 334. Perfect. So it is able to understand that this is int. If you just click here, it will show you. Okay, and you can also pass it that I am int. If you try to pass double, we can just specify the type of variables. If you don't specify also, Scala will try to infer the type of that particular variable. But I will suggest you to always specify your variables. That's the good practice of using Scala. Once you start writing complicated code, you will realize the power of writing this type of the particular variable, and it becomes very much readable. So what you should do, you should always specify the type of the variables. Like if suppose we have defined some variables here, right? We have defined some string here, then we should define it as a string. Perfect. We have defined some float value or double value here, so we should define as a double. Perfect. This is int, then we should define as a int. Perfect. This is int, then we should define as a int. Okay, so we have learned four things. The first thing is how to install Scala. So very easy, just install IntelliJ IDEA and install Scala plugin. Use SBT for installations. This is most easy way of working with Scala. You can also use Maven and other things, but that becomes little harder. But if you are starting it out, then use SBT. Then we have learned some technical aspect of Scala. The first one is var versus val. So what is var? Var is a mutable variable. What is val? Val is a immutable variables. Perfect. We cannot change the value. If you want to change the value, then we have to create the new variables like this. Perfect. Then we have learned what is string interpolations. So we are having three things: S, F, and raw. So we have learned that we can use this string interpolations things to pass the dynamic value inside the string. Like S is very much used. Then we are having F, right? Which we can use to format it. And if you just click on these things now, it will show all the documentation here itself. Just let's suppose here you can read, right? The simple string interpolator. See, every other thing is written here. Perfect. So you can just read from here to also. If you are using good editor, now that's the benefit of using good editor. Perfect. Then we have learned that we can use draw if you don't want something to be give something to give a specific meaning or a special meaning. Then we have learned what is the type inference in Scala, right? That Scala is able to infer the type of variables, but we should always pass it. That's the good practice. If you are writing some code, then we should pass the data type of that variables. So these all things we have learned. So let's meet in the next video, and let's try to learn Scala in a very easier way and try to understand the basic concept, so we can write our Apache Spark code in a more elegant way, right? So I hope this video was useful, and it was you are able to get something out of this. Please comment and share my video. Thank you for now. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.